Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white.
Oh, isn't that nice? Wasn't that nice? Listen, it's the old Gits pre-Christmas rant, and I thought I'd start off something nice because I haven't got anything else nice to say at all for this year, 2025. Now, the cats are all around, so if you hear some meowing, it's the cats. They're always happy. And it's coming to Christmas, and it should be a Merry Christmas, but it cannot be a Merry Christmas, simply because what's going on in the world, in the UK, and it's just a total annihilation of everything that's good and proper. And so we start with the man in UK, because that's where I'm from originally, from the UK, and my family live there, and I'm watching the decay of the UK, the fall into the abyss, the final nails in the coffin for your social and your society and your culture. And the person who's making it all happen is, of course, this horrible man and his cabinet, his government, his communist government, which they're proving to be communist right now. Few of the things over the year that I've seen annihilated. You know, they've given away the fishing rights and they've got nothing back in return. They are destroying our farmers. And why are they destroying the farmers? Because they want the land. It's a land grab. Because, you know, the communists like to have state farms run by people who have to work on them, or else you don't get paid or any money. Pensioners annihilated. Pensioners are losing their rights. You know, what is supposed to be the 5th richest country in the world, or so they say, and we are about 15th in the pension payouts. We are not looking after the old people. We don't care what happens to them. When they finish their tenure of working and supporting people through their lives, they're chucked on the proverbial playlist. Sorry, playlist did I say? I mean rubbish list, you know. Discard them, we don't need them. National security, we haven't got any national security. We've got none. We've got an army where the migrants outnumber our army in the UK today, who would happily take us over because most of them hate our society. Why do they come if they hate us? But they do. I've even upset the cats now. You can hear them in the background. But anyway, and freedom of speech. You don't have freedom of speech anymore. You say something that upsets the minority. And let's go into that. The definition. What's the definition of insulting Islam, Muslims, radicals? What is it? I've made up my own. If I use the word Muslim, I'm referring to nice people, Muslim people who live in a country, came to make their future, came to make everything for themselves and a good life. And what did we get? I've attacked the cat. Did you see that? No, I haven't really. I just told him off for being naughty. But people who came to the country and just wanting to make a good life, and they're Muslims, and they practice their religion, and they also assimilate somewhat into UK and into Western society, and they get on with their lives. And then what followed these people are, I call them the radical Islamists. These are bad people. These are people that they don't want in Islamic countries who come over with their 14th century ideology and death to everybody who lives in Britain and in Europe. You know, you either succumb to Islam, and if you don't, you can pay what they call jizya, and you can, you know, pay for your life virtually. It's a tax you can pay, and if you don't pay, you're dead. Simple. This is the ideology that's been pushed all over the internet, and it's ruining the lives of not only British people and Hindu people and Sikh people and black people and brown people of other denominations, and it's ruining their lives. It's causing division, and that's what they want. And these people, the radical Islamists, they came over after the good ones, and they've pushed themselves into the mosques, over 80, 90 mosques in the UK they run. And who funds them? The Islamic Brotherhood, or the Brotherhood of Islam, or what they call the Muslim Brotherhood, whatever they call themselves. And these people are funding these people. These people are funding the radicals, and these people are trying for them to take over your country. And the misguided, misleading middle class and upper class, blue-haired, red-haired, tinted, old, ex-school headmasters, lefties are going along with it. They don't realise they're destroying their own country. It's a rant today, folks, because it's the last one I'm going to have before Christmas. So, radicalised Muslims are being produced in the mosques, and it's usually the young. The youngs are susceptible to these things. Young lads shouting, you know, Allah Akbar down the street and running around machetes. This is the fault of these hate preachers in the mosques. And that's my phone ring. Who cares? I'm in my flow, right? So, 3 categories. Category 1, Muslims. Muslims are nice people. End of story. Category 2, radical Islamists. The ones that come over to destroy Western culture. They're here, they're in America, they're in Africa, they're everywhere, causing death and destruction wherever they go. You know, they don't assimilate. If you don't convert, you get hurt or killed. Simple, right? And the radicalized Muslims, which I feel sorry for because they've been indoctrinated through the mosques by these hate preachers that are allowed to flourish in the UK and Europe. So, getting that out of the way, I want to go on to the next thing, which is the safety of women and girls. Now, these people who are coming over on the boats, they don't respect our ways, our laws, Western culture, and the result is that we're seeing people being hacked, stabbed, beaten, raped. Innocent children have been raped for maybe 30 years. Innocent vulnerable girls, underage girls, who've been passed around by Muslim, I'm going to call them radical Muslims because they believe in this old ideology. Radical Muslims who think it's okay to sleep with 9-year-old girls and pass them around and deflower them and all the rest of it. And worse, okay? Pakistani grooming gangs. Give it the name that it is. Okay, there's white paedophiles, there's white groomers, but the big amount, or the largest amount is per capita, is the Pakistani grooming gangs. Why is it like this? It's down to because they believe that if you're a kafir, that's mean a disbeliever, a non-believer, a dirty person, they can do what they like with you because you don't believe in the one religion, as they call it. And, do you know, we've had, why is this so horrible? Because people like this woman have denied it for the safeguard of my job and my vote. She won by about 600 votes in the last election, and the government didn't deserve to win. It was on a 1/3 turnout of the electorate because they're disillusioned with the governments and they thought they'd give someone Starmer the Harmer a chance, and he's there and he's destroying the country. He's actually destroying the country. You're becoming a communist country. Remember the fact he went to Czechoslovakia and worked on a communal farm. He's a proper communist as far as I'm concerned. Look at what's happening in the UK. The pubs are closing in areas where there's Islamic communities. They don't like pubs and drinking. They don't want them. People can't walk around the street there. There's no-go areas. No-go areas in the UK. You should be, as a British citizen, be able to walk anywhere. A big example of this was the Aston Villa football match with the Jewish football team, where they banned even the police force. The chief of police in Birmingham told lies so that the Jewish people wouldn't turn up for that. Why shouldn't they turn up? Jewish people have never, as my perception is, I've never seen anything that Jews have ever done wrong. Ever. They've always played the bit, or not played, but always been the victim. And they've they've stood their ground in Israel, and now they're taking care of business. You attack them, they'll annihilate you, and so they should. But Gaza, they keep on Gaza, Palestine. Palestine doesn't exist. The Romans thought that name up. Oh, we'll put these people here, we'll upset the apple cart. That's all it was about. Considering that the Jews were in this land way before even Islam was even invented. But I don't want to go into a history lesson. But what I'm trying to say is, now these people are in the country, they're in our country, and people like her, to save her seat, Jess Phillips, will not bother about little girls getting harmed. Thousands and thousands over the years have been groomed and raped, and in some cases murdered. So, and then the next thing is, why are we allowing people to stand on a ticket of, well, they stand for election, of Free Palestine, or, it's all about another country. They get elected because of what's going on in another country. That's not what the British government's about. The British government is about the UK, Britain, people who live here. But no, they're out there, Free Palestine. And then another example of this stupidity and what becomes of allowing people to be elected with the will of 6% of the people who stand for this. Well, not all of them do that, stand for this Free Palestine, all the rest of it. It's nothing to do with us. It's nothing to do with the UK. Although, once they've annihilated the Jews, as they say, the little devil, as they sort of refer to it to, they want to destroy America, the big devil. They want worldwide domination. But you've got people like this. Yes. Zara Sultana, she's a sultana for a brain. She's an elected politician. She's wearing, there you can see this, the hippies' new kaftan. What the hippies used to wear, a kaftan. Now it's trendy to wear this ridiculous scarf that stands up for Palestine. Palestine, again, never existed. The Gaza Strip did, and people who live there, who referred to themselves as Palestinians. Anyway, what did she do? People who've broken the law in the UK, who are on remand for breaking that law, okay, innocent until proven guilty, but they are guilty, okay, there's no doubt about it, and we are allowed to remand people for sentencing. What did she do? She goes down to the prison and she stands outside bringing other protesters, radicals, from a banned radical organisation. Palestine Action is banned, and she stood with them, and she wanted these people, because they've gone on hunger strike, to be released or taken to hospital or whatever it is. Why was she doing that? That's against the constitutional or the constitution of the UK, because the constitution says that these people are radicals and they're outlawed and they are breaking the law by even being a member of that group. And she's there, oh, let them go, take them to prison, take them to hospital. She is what I would call a traitor to the UK. She is a total traitor, and she should not be in office. And I'm sure by doing what she's done, she should be hounded out of office, because she's not standing for the UK, she's standing against the UK. And, you know, that's not the only issue. These guys that beat up a policewoman, you know, broke her nose, they've been waiting over a year for sentencing. If it was me, I'd be in prison within a week. Them, They're still walking around free after they've been found guilty, or one has been found guilty, and he's still walking around months and months and months later without being sentenced. What's going on? They can sentence other people in a week and send them to prison. But if you're from that, what is it? They're scared of the backlash? We've not got the well, they don't need, what I'm seeing is with this government, they don't care. Basically, you don't count. You are nobody. You are just another bit of cannon fodder which they'd like to send your kids off to fight on the Russian front or whatever. Again, all smokes and mirrors. It's nothing. They are communist, this government. She is a radical Islamist. We're being attacked from every side, and your culture and society is being eaten away day by day. You can't call Christmas Christmas. Oh, no. No, no, no. You cannot. And, you know, they come out and they come out with this all over Europe. I mean, this idiot here, listen to this.
The Western leaders, your borders are fading. Your disease is being sucked out, and the unity of the Islamic Brotherhood is taking form. The sons of Islam have already pledged that this battle is a battle of either victory or martyrdom. We reject your flags, and the call for jihad has started, and it won't be long before it is you that will be feasted upon.
Well, of course, it'll be you that will be feasted upon because you're a non-Muslim. It has to stop. It's all over. Why are people so negative in trying to stop this? Why are people so, oh, we can't do this, we can't sit back, we have to leave it alone? What are they afraid of? It's 500,000 Christians killed in Africa, Nigeria area, I think. Christians all over the world getting taken out. In Syria, even though we're doing business with Syria now after Assad, there's still Christians being killed there. It's not a fact of any religion, the fact that these people have this ideology that want to take over the world and take us back to the 14th century and make people, well, what do you become? What will women become? I heard men when I was younger, Pakistani men in the early years, saying, oh, the woman is like slippers. You wear them or you don't. I thought, well, how low is that? Even back then, before I was educated to the fact of what's going on. You've got to understand that England is your home. It's not a hotel for the third world. And you're paying for your own demise. You're paying every day with your hard-earned money for your own demise. I can't put it any plainer than that. Okay, so we have so much going on. I'm having me rant because I think I deserve a rant after keeping quiet for a year. So again, I will reiterate what I said. Muslims, if I say Muslim, I'm referring to good Muslims that came to not particularly assimilate, but to fit in and become part of the society that they live in and pay their dues. Radical Islamists are the naughty ones, the ones that we don't want and nobody else wants, and even the Muslims. I listened to the son of the founder of Hamas, and if you put him in Google and find him, listen to what he's got to say. Bridget Gabriel, the lady that lived through the takeover of Lebanon, who lived through that takeover, the same modus operandus is being used by these people today to take over the West, and she's warning against it. She lived through it. Find out, listen to Bridget Gabriel. She lived through a takeover. She's telling you what's happening in your own country. Why aren't you listening? Why isn't nobody listening? You're just appeasing. And I say to all good Muslims out there, in the United Arab Emirates, in Dubai, the Muslim Brotherhood is not allowed, which is allowed in England, of course, yes. And the guys over there are saying that we're producing more radicals than they have ever produced because they won't have them. Listen to them, people who are forward-looking Muslims, people who have progressed. They keep to their faith, not these stupid, bearded idiots that you get in your mosques who have no clue. They just want everybody to be back in the 14th century. Anyway, I've had my rant. That's it. I'm not going to do another video before Christmas. So for those who've listened all through the year to my TV station, Best Before TV, which a lot of people are listening to, thank you very much, because I'm getting over 25,000 people a month listening to that, which is, for me, is fine. It's great, and it's rising and rising every week. And the TV station's doing well, and I love doing that. It's all old films and things, lots of old Christmas stuff on at the moment, and old TV series. Okay, so thanks for that, for watching. The people who watch on Rumble, the people who watch on I still call it Twitter, X. Sorry, Mr. Elon Musk, he's a hero too. Elon Musk, who doesn't pull my punches when I speak, thanks to you, and just everybody who's listened. Hopefully I'll see you all in the new year. Have a safe, happy Christmas time, and don't let anybody change your views. Don't let anybody stop you from wishing people happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, because you can. And my heart goes out, finally, to the victims of the horrible massacre that was taking place on Bondi Beach. I really feel for those people, and as I said, I stand with Jewish people 100%. In history, I've not seen anything that they've done bad at all. And, stop making them the scapegoat for everybody, for everything and everyone. I hope they have a great Hanukkah, and I hope that in the new year they'll feel better about living in Europe, because, frankly, if I was Jewish, I would be back in Israel. I'd probably join the IDF and help them out. But look, everybody, wherever you're from, wherever you live, should be peaceful times now. The world's grown up now. We've had world wars. They solve nothing. Join hands with everybody and be peaceful. Nobody's religion is better than anybody else's, but be free to follow it. So until the new year, it's the old Git saying, be safe. I'm gone.